In this video, we look at installing GemStone in an Ubuntu environment. Here, we're doing it on top of the Microsoft Hyper-V manager that was described in a previous video. We're starting up Ubuntu, logging into it. Once we log in and the operating system starts up, we can open a web browser on these instructions. That will allow us to copy and paste into our environment. We'll open a terminal, and that terminal will be where we do most of our work. We will create certain directories. Then we will go get the link to the download for the GemStone product. With that, we will do a wget to download the zip that contains the entire product, about 300 meg there. Then we will unzip it and copy certain files into some of the new directories we created earlier. We will add an entry to the services file. Then we will create a config file that will be used to describe the location of our files for the GemStone environment. We'll create some environment variables, command aliases, so that we can run commands at the command line, such as GSstart. So this should start the Stone, the NetLDI, and when things are running, we can look with a GSList and see that everything is running properly. Next, we can test it with Topaz. Topaz is a command line interface to GemStone that allows us to interact with the system through a terminal. Next, we'd like to try running a graphical user interface, IDE, in Windows. This will be Jade. We will download code for Jade. When we have that in our Windows environment, we can unzip it and copy it into the program files. And that requires some security permissions. We'll delete the zip file and then pin the application to the taskbar so that we can launch it easily from the taskbar. Windows has some security, so the first time we open this, one of the things we need is to get the IP address of the server. So our GemStone is running in an Ubuntu virtual machine that has a different IP address from our Windows machine. So we need to look up that IP address. We can do this through the GUI, or if you have a command line environment, you can do it with ifconfig. We provide the IP address, we make sure that we have the correct port number for the NetLDI, we make sure that we have the correct Stone name for the Stone, and generally it's good to put our username in, then we can do a login. With the login, we have a workspace where we can type Smalltalk code and expressions and evaluate them. With that, we can log out and close Jade. We can stop the Stone, and when that is stopped, then we can close our Ubuntu environment.